So, of course, once again, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, maybe, if you're coming here from parts of Asia. My name is Joseph James. Welcome to our Thursday afternoon, 4:30 Eastern Time webinar. Now, I want to give you some basic overview of who I am, what I've been doing the past 10 years, 11 years of my life, and I'm hoping that I can paint for you a picture that illustrates exactly why I'm so excited and why I'm here at 4:30 Eastern Time here on a Thursday afternoon. Because I'm not here for my health, right? I'm here to share a great opportunity. Once again, my name is Joseph. Call me JJ. I'm the CEO and the head trader of SchoolOfTrade.com. You've probably seen before in our live trade room, on our videos online. I've been specializing in automated and discretionary trading strategies for over 10 years. You can contact me anytime you'd like at jj@SchoolOfTrade.com, and I've got a toll-free number, 800-381-2084. So many of you guys and gals here today already know who I am. I'm going to be introducing my good friend Justin. He goes by JK. Pretty clever, huh? JJ and JK. And you can reach Justin at the same toll-free number, or Justin at VantageCap.net. Vantage-cap.net. Now, in today's lesson today, we're going to be outlining a little bit of a review of what today's hedge funds look like. Did you know that the hedge funds of today are very different than the hedge funds of tomorrow? I'm sure you can probably imagine that. It's always a changing industry. But there have been some really big changes recently, such as, I don't know, Mr. Madoff has provided us with a whole lot of more red tape to climb through here in the U.S. We've got things like the Dodd-Frank legislation, which causes different changes for accredited investors. The bottom line is you've got a market that is changing right now. We're going to talk about today's hedge funds. I'm then going to talk about segueing into tomorrow's hedge funds. We're going to take a look at what today's hedge funds are all about, how they operate, and we'll take a look at how tomorrow's hedge funds might look. And then we're going to talk about some opportunities today. The last thing I'll talk about today is where this plays in. And again, if you know who I am, you know I'm up really early in the morning. I'm working at 6 a.m. Eastern Time. So for me to be here 12 hours later talking to you guys about our hedge fund, I definitely have a reason to be excited. I wouldn't be wasting my time or your time if this is just your generic fund. So let's rewind the tape here a number of years ago, right? 6, 7 years ago, I had the great idea of starting a hedge fund. It was a really good idea. It really was. I had a method of trading that was making money. I had a network of people around me that were throwing cash at me. This is why I always tell all my clients when they ask me, how much money do I need in my trade account? And I tell them, you need zero. Because as soon as you have a method that's working for you, even in a simulated environment, your biggest problem now is saying no to people who are offering you money to manage. Forget about even telling people what I do at a cocktail party. Are you kidding me? Hey, my husband Joe, what do you do? I'm a day two. Where's gold going? Where's silver going? How about that crude oil? Boy, where'd the Russell end up today? I have no idea. I have no clue. But again, if I'm a professional trader, I'm constantly being surrounded by people with capital. So it's almost like that age-old story of if all you can afford is to play at the nickel slots, if you're good at the nickel slots, eventually someone will come by and give you a dollar bill and have you go to the dollar slots. Anyways, I was surrounded by a network of high net worth individuals. I had a somewhat of a solid corporate background, a little bit of experience there with writing contracts like that, not that much. Most importantly, though, I had a method of trading that made money. So I created an LLC, because that's all a hedge fund really is. A hedge fund is nothing more than a pool of money that is basically kept inside of a legal document or a corporate structure. So I went out and I created an LLC. I created a general partnership, okay, to create our corporate structure. I studied for, I took, and I passed my series exams. Now, back then, this was when you took the 65 and the 3. The Series 3 was a ridiculously difficult test. I passed them both. Took me a couple tries, but I passed them both. I interviewed, I hired general counsel, right? Somebody to keep my butt out of the SEC's sling. I found auditors, somebody who would do my tax returns, and I found marketing managers. Believe it or not, if you run your own hedge fund, you can't do your own marketing, unless, of course, you're Superman and you've got 27 hours in a day. So with all of the rules and regulations, I had to find general counsel, auditors, and marketing managers. I did all that. And I opened for business with little bit more than $5 million assets under management March 1st, 2006. January 1, I wanted to get it started. By March 1, 90 days later, I had my first hedge fund open for business with a little bit over $5 million under management. None of that was my own capital. Very important to understand. When I started my first fund, none of it was my own capital. It was all other people's money. I quickly took that $5 million down to a local credit union, more importantly, a large growing bank who gave me leverage. And that leverage helped me get a 5-to-1 leverage, so my $5 million quickly became $25 million 6 weeks later. Couple applications, couple credit checks, assets under management. They used my assets under management to provide me leverage. Now, everything was ready to go. We hit the ground running, and as of 18 months later, I had thrown in the towel. Now, there was a lot of different reasons why I gave every single penny of this money back. And I think one of the things you probably know about me already is I'm a pretty good businessman. I have a pretty good knack at picking up on efficient business practices. And here's some stuff that I learned about my first hedge fund that really, to be honest with you, made me completely walk away. And you've probably heard other people such as Warren Buffett, George Soros, some of the largest fund managers in the world here locally, Bill Gross at PIMCO, has been dealing with the fact that we're in an industry that is slowly becoming a dinosaur. And the way that the hedge fund industry is structured today, it's no wonder why we keep seeing more hedge funds explode and blow up, more clients asking for redemptions, etc., etc. Let me tell you what I learned from my first fund.